Welcome, good afternoon, Parkview Magnet High School. I asked for some clouds. We got a lot of sunshine, it's all good though. And I didn't break out dancing to the music, so I think we're in good shape. I'm Principal James Casselberry, and I'm honored and privileged on such a beautiful day to host this very special celebration. I can't think of a more deserving person to celebrate Parkview's very own, Mr. Keith Jackson. I'd also like to recognize, yeah, let's hear that. I used to be taller than him, you didn't know that. But I'd also like to recognize our superintendent, Mr. Mike Poore, my supervisor and executive director of secondary schools, Mr. Randy Rutherford in the back, our honoree, Mr. Keith Jackson, the Jackson family, and so many of you have Parkview connections, park board members, alum, coaches, faculty, students, and friends. I want to also give a special recognition to our head football coach, Brad Boulding, sitting up front here. Coach Boulding. Without what Coach Boulding's done here, this would not be a reality or happen. He's put a lot of time, effort, and hard work into it, and so has his athletes and students. I want to thank all of you for joining us today for this momentous occasion. We know there could have easily been 1,000 people here today. Unfortunately, we wanted to make sure that we ensured the safety and health of everyone, so we had to limit the number of folks that could be here. So we thank you for helping us with social distancing. Please continue to wear your mask, maintain social distancing when possible. We also want to thank and recognize Central Baptist Church of North Little Rock in the back there. Hey guys, keep smoking on back there. For providing the refreshments that you may pick up for grab and go upon conclusion of the ceremony. Some of you may want to check out the incredible new weight room in the remodeled field house when we wrap up. And I tell you, it's something else. It's something very special. So I recommend that you do it. When you do, we ask that you enter in small groups, socially distanced if you can, and look through the updates that we have in the field house. Those who are unable to be here with us in person are able to watch live right now on Little Rock School District's Facebook page. The program will also be aired later on Comcast Channel 4 and Universe Channel 99. Keith Jackson has and continues to leave his mark on our campus and our community. And I know this well. For the years that I've been here, I've been to Park many times in different positions, and I've seen many of the graduations at Park and the students from all over the school district go through the Park program, and I appreciate you for that. So now I want to welcome to the podium a man who really knows, and I greatly respect, and he also really knows Keith Jackson, since he was a legend in the making, shorter than me, his former coach and longtime mentor, Coach John Kelly. You probably had to adjust that mic up. I'm sorry. Just a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Casselberry. Before I begin speaking about Keith, I would just like to give a special thanks to our superintendent, Mr. Mike Poore, for what he's done for athletics the short while he's been in the Little Rock School District. A special thanks to Coach Bowling and his staff. Coach Bowling and his staff for what they've done. It's been just extraordinary in such a short period of time. Special thanks to our district AD, Mr. John Daniels, for the things that he's done for the Little Rock Public Schools as well as for Parkview High School. And then for all the former principals of Parkview, Mr. Leonard Spitzer, Mr. Alltimer, Mr. Bass, Dr. Brown, Dr. Booth, Mr. Rutherford, and President Mr. Casselberry. Special thanks also to Pam Smith for getting this organized. And we spent a lot of money. A lot of money has been spent on this project. So donations are still being accepted. You can call Coach Kelly or Coach Bowling if you have a donation. We still accept a donation. Coach Bowling informed me that we're about $3,000 short, and I'll have to make it up if I don't get some donations. So donations are being solicited. But just to speak about Keith, you know, as I coach, well, I've been in the Little Rock School District for 50 years. I've been in education, coaching for just completed 56 years. And I coached for 34 years. And during that coaching string, of course, I came over here with on the Coach Goodwin staff, who's presently is here today also. But once in a lifetime as a coach, a group of special players will come to your place. And that's what happened when Keith Jackson came to Parkview in 1981. Keith Jackson was born April 19, 1965 in Little Rock, Arkansas. Began playing football at the age of 9 with the Sunset Tigers in his hometown. I want the Sunset Tigers head coach to stand up at this point.
Jones, stand up, Jones.
His love of the game continued throughout junior high school and into the high school where he played at Parkview High School. He was a parade All-American and a 3-sport letterman. A lot of folks don't realize that Keith was a good basketball player as well as good in track. Threw the shot and discus in track, but he always wanted to be on the relay team. I think I had to have time, because I coached the relay teams. Coach Woody Jolly was our head track coach, but I was the relay team coach in sprinters. And we always had to have time trials on Tuesdays, just so Keith could see if he could make the relay team that week. While in high school, he played the cello in the orchestra. A lot of folks don't realize that. And we weren't a magnet school then, we didn't have the drama and the music department like we have now. Upon graduation from Parkview, Keith attended the University of Oklahoma from 1984 to 1987 on a football scholarship as a tight end. During his college career, he assisted the Sooners to a 42-5-1 record and a national championship in 1985. Also, Keith was selected 3 times to the All Big 8 team and named 2 times Athletic All-American. Keith graduated with academic honors with a BA in communication, and he graduated in 3.5 years. In 1988, the Philadelphia Eagles selected Keith as the 13th pick of the first round in the National Football League draft. During his first season in the NFL, he was the NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year and only first-year player to be selected by the NFL for the Pro Bowl. In his 9 seasons, 1988 to 1996, with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Miami Dolphins, and the Greenway Packers, Keith was selected to the Pro Bowl 6 times and 3 times All-Pro. In his final season, Keith assisted the Packers to a 16-3 record and a win in the Super Bowl, number 31. Keith finished his career with 441 receptions for 5,283 yards and 49 touchdowns. In 1992, Keith's vision of helping at-risk youth became a reality with the incorporation of Parks. Positive Atmospheres Reaches Kids. Park became a nonprofit organization on his leadership as president of the Parks Incorporated Board. After retiring from the NFL in 1997, Keith Jackson combined his college degree in communication and his professional playing experience to become a broadcaster analysis with TNT, the Oklahoma Sooners Football Radio Network, Fox Football Network, and the Arkansas Razorback Sports Network, and the IMG Network as a color analysis. Some of Keith's accolades and awards are JC Outstanding Young Arkansas Award 1994, Arkansas Torch Bearer for the Summer Olympics 1996, Community Service Award 1997, Arkansas Black Hall of Fame 1997, College Football Hall of Fame 2001, Channel 4 Boys Club Man of the Year, Honorary Doctors of Humanity Awards 2005, IABC Communicator of the Year 2005, Honorary Doctors of Humane Letters, Lyon College 2007, Mayortown Spirit Award, NFL Top 85 Players, NCAA Class of 2013 Silver Anniversary Award, the Little Rock Rotary 2015 Business and Professional Leaders Award, ESPN All-Time All-American, 150 Top College Players of All Time, and the Athlon Top 50 Players. Keith is a part of the Branch Corp South and the Branch Corp South Bank Board and the Baptist Health Foundation Board, where he serves as director on both boards. He serves as a trustee on the University of Oklahoma Foundation Board. Keith is by all means a family man, Christian values, and shares that with his wife Melanie and sons Keith Jr., Kenyon, and Keelan. And two of his sons played here at Parkview. So it is indeed a pleasure to have been Keith's coach, but the unique thing about Keith is that Keith graduated from Parkview in 1984. And since Keith has been back, every time we won a state championship, basketball, we haven't won it in football, we getting there, Keith. In basketball, he's brought a check back to help purchase rings for the students. He's never forgot his alma mater, high school alma mater. He's never turned his back on us. He's always been a supporting financially as well as in other ways. So at this time, my part of this program was to introduce Keith Jackson, and I can't think of a finer athlete who introduced than Keith Jackson.
I want to be Keith Jackson. You know, I thought I was accomplished, but oh my goodness. So this celebration wouldn't be complete without some football dignitaries, and we have some well-known heavy hitters. They could not be here today, but they wanted to send congratulatory remarks to Keith. Please direct your attention to the screen to hear from our special guest.
Hey, Keith, it's your old quarterback, Brett Favre. Hope you remember me. Just kidding. Man, what an honor, and so well-deserved, having the training facility there at Parkview High School in Arkansas named after you. I know you're extremely proud. I, in particular, had the honor of playing with you back in our glory days, and truly was an honor. You're one of the great guys and one of the great players to ever play the game. So congrats, well-deserved, and keep doing what you do, man, impacting especially the youth. Take care and God bless.
Hey Keith, congratulations on your high school's training facility. That's awesome, man, and couldn't happen to a better guy. You know, a great friend, great teammate, the guy that could go get the ball for me. I always appreciated that and understand the passing game well. So you deserve it. Congratulations on getting the facility named after you. You're the man, a good friend, good person, great player. All right? Take care, Keith. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Barry Switzer, former head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. I coached Keith Jackson at the University of Oklahoma. Great football player, had a great career here for me. Won 4 Big 8 conference championships, 1 national championships. He was 3-time All Big 8 conference tight end. He was 2-time All-American tight end. Had a great career, but not only was he a great competitor on the football field, but it translated to the classroom too. Graduated in 3.5 years. 3.5 years with a 3.5 grade average. Was an outstanding NCAA, one of the 6 recognized in college football that year. Attended the national convention and was recognized, and the only Sooner to ever represent us, both academically and athletically. So it doesn't surprise me that Parkview High School wants to name their training facility after Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson was an outstanding player, the best tight end that we ever had played at the University of Oklahoma, and one of the great ones that played in the pro football game. Had he not given up the dream of coming back and starting Park, he would have probably played another 3 or 4 years. He was at the top of his game in pro football, but he decided to come back and do something for the youth of the community in Little Rock, Arkansas. Park, which is, you know, positive atmosphere, reaches kids at risk. He's proven he has been a success at doing that. Arkansas Man of the Year twice, about every honor you can receive as a citizen in the state of Arkansas. A great person, and I am so fortunate to be able to have been from Arkansas and seen 6 decades of football played in the state of Arkansas. Without a doubt, this is one of the greatest players to ever come out in those 60 years that I recruited Arkansas and watched play football in Arkansas, to have come played for me. And Keith Jackson, you're a special person. And I give it all to Gladys, though. You know, she didn't get enough credit because you don't come here without having a great core value system and being a good person and knowing what to do. I didn't teach you that. Someone along the way taught you that, the people that were around you, your coaches, your family, your relatives, all those people influenced you to where you are today. And I love you, big boy. I'm so proud of you, and you make us all proud here in Oklahoma and Arkansas. Okay, congratulations. Keith Jackson Training Facility, Little Rock, Arkansas, Parkview High School.
All right. Well, that's pretty special. And I will tell you this about Keith. Every time I see him, if he didn't have his mask on, he's smiling. And he's got a positive attitude for sure. And with the things he does. And now, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Keith Jackson.
Oh, gotta get that. You can't go read. Well, I'm taking this mask off. I really want to thank everybody for being here today, but I have to say this. I have to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, which words reign true in Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else shall be added unto you. I need an amen. Thank you very much. I want to thank our mayor for showing up. I know you have a busy schedule. It's so nice to have you here, Mayor Frank Scott. We get to talk all the time, and I text you and tell you what you're doing right and doing wrong. Welcome to the world of being a coach, because that's what happened. We tell coaches, don't you have a different play to call? Michael Poore has become, I would say he become a friend. Not only Superintendent Poore is the superintendent here who I got a phone call many years from Northwest Arkansas, and said, there's a guy who's coming to Little Rock, Arkansas. You're going to like him. And they were exactly right. The things that you've done, I really appreciate that. To the committee, Community Advisory Board, the ones who supported the naming, because you just couldn't name it. I know Coach Kelly would have done it a long time ago if that was the case, but they had to go through a voting process in the Community Advisory Board. I don't know if any of you are here, but I want to say that thank you so much. I know good and well it took a motion and a second, and it actually passed unanimously, and that's good because I know where most of them live. If I'd have found out that some of them didn't vote for me, we'd have had a problem. Thank you, Principal Casselberry. I really appreciate everything you've done here at our school, the carrying on the tradition of being a Parkview Patriot and allowing us to have this here is so often. I want to get into thank you, and if I don't thank everybody, because I invited 75 of my best friends. Now, let me just tell you this. Pam told me I could only invite 75. If she'd let me invite 500, it would have been 500 here. But you're special just for being here. If I don't say your name, don't hold it to me. Don't hold it against me. But I want to talk about faith, family, and football. Faith, family, and football. Because the reason why I want to talk about that is because Mama J, or they call her Mrs. Jack, or Mrs. Tapp, or Gladys Marie Jackson, who's my mother, who's sitting on the front row, always talked about faith is first, family is second, and then you can have your football. And that's always been the order that we've had it in, and that's why I'm so thankful to have a couple of my kids here today to witness this. Second, I want to thank my wife. Thank you so much. This has been Melanie Jackson, this has been an unbelievable journey. Thank you for helping me meet all those requirements. Actually standing in the background and allow me to be me. Loud, obnoxious, all those things, and patting me on the back. I sure appreciate that, but I hope this is not the end of it. There's a place in Canton I'm trying to get to. All right, here we go. Thanks, Coach. I want to thank my kids because, you know, when you finish your career, you live vicariously through them. And I've had the ability to watch some really good football through my kids, whether it was here at Parkview High School or when they went to college. My one son who played at the University of Arkansas, 2000-2006, Keith Jr. is right there, Razorback. Kenyon could not be here because he's actually coaching with the Miami Dolphins, and he said, Dad, they'll fire me if I come home, but hopefully we're taking, you got it. Kenyon, I miss you, I love you, and hate you couldn't make it. Corlin Jackson drove down from Fayetteville, Arkansas, playing with the University of Arkansas. good to have my son here. I wanted them to see the body of work, because it just doesn't happen one day you show up and somebody names something out of you. After you. It's a body of work. It's putting the time in. It's going through the process. It's getting up early and working out. It's making the right decisions where your name is good enough where they can put it on a building. They have been through this process with me over and over again, but I want them to see the final result and see the name that's up there on that building that will be there when they come back again and again. We get bragging rights in my house, and right now, that's K-Jack. Kenyon is Jack, and that's KJ. Right now, not only do I have a Super Bowl ring, but I'm just saying. How great is this? 3 sons, all 3 play for Power 5 schools on scholarships. Between me and their mother, we played 0 for scholarships, so I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate my grandkids. Some of them couldn't make it, but I got one here that's sitting over there in his Grammy's lap over there. So I appreciate there he is right there, the king, Cairo. That's it right there. I appreciate them. And so many other people that are in my family. Now, you got to know this. I have a lot of family members. So then I adopted a lot of family members, like the Fruwall family, Anna Kay and David, and also Russ and everything. And one of my friends, and Papa T back there, he's been a father to me, and Jay, and they said, hey, all you adopt is white people in your family. I said, don't you know black people already can? Amen, amen. I heard this joke, I probably shouldn't tell it, I'm gonna get in trouble, but it said, you know the difference between outlaws and in-laws? Outlaws are wanted. But my mother-in-law's here. She's laughing, I'm in trouble. I love my mother-in-law. I really do. I'll tell you one thing, she is remarkable. And I want to brag on her for a second. Not only is she the educator for so many years and retired educator, but she still continues to give back. And when me and Melanie started Park, we always see these checks that would come through Park, and it would have her name on it. And as she's gotten older, the checks have gotten bigger. So let me tell you this again. I love my mother-in-law. I didn't want to make everybody stand up, but I'm going to make these individuals stand up if you could. Coach John Kelly. What a great head coach. You can give him a hand. What a great head coach. To become a head coach as an African-American during the time he was and put such a great, talented teams on the football field was important for a lot of coaches who came after him. Coach John Kelly was incredible. Coach Jolly, who was our offensive coordinator. Coach Black, who was mean. No, I'm just kidding. Coach Black was a great coach. I enjoyed him. And Coach Black said, hey, they got a workout facility named after you when you never wanted to work out? Coach Finley. Coach Finley's right there, defensive coach. Coach Finley is the reason why I was a little confused in college, because he told Coach Kelly I should play free safety. And here I am at 6'2", 240. He said 242 because I ate 2 biscuits before the game. and I love playing free safety. So I wanted to be a free safety, not a tight end, but nobody would recruit me as a free safety, and I thought I was pretty good, but and the tight end thing ended up working out pretty well. I just want y'all to know that. Mr. Lyons here, I saw him walk up. One of our long-term supporters, there he is, Mr. Lyons back there. You might as well call him a coach. And one of my greatest coaches and one of my inspirations didn't coach me down on the football field, but in the classroom. And her name is Beth Greenway. There is a scholarship that's named every year. It's the Jackson and Greenway scholarship that they get to give every year to a student who graduates from Parkview. And to have our name together for so long is so great. Thank you for being here. It all started in a little field down at Sunset Park. Well, my brother was a terrific football player, but I thought football was too rough, too tough, too hard, and I wasn't going to play. I was going to be a basketball player one day, And I played with the guys afterwards, and the head coach saw that I was a pretty good football player, so he came over and said, Keith, I want you to play for the Sunset Tigers. And I said, Coach, I'm not a football player. And all of a sudden, that magic sound of an ice cream truck came by. And he caught me peeking over to him, and he said, I'll buy you an ice cream popsicle if you play for me. And I negotiated my first contract. I said, if you buy me two, Coach. If you buy me two. And he bought me two popsicles, and the rest is history. Coach Ed Johnson sitting over there. We saw here Sunset Tigers. Coach Ed Johnson went nowhere without Coach June, his brother. The other Coach Johnson. One offense, one defense. He came all the way. And June taught us how to be mean and tough. You know, he didn't pull no punches. I appreciate coaches like that. You can't coach like that no more, Coach Bowden. Their mamas will come up and have a conversation with you. But my mother was very supportive of the way we were coached. And we never lost a football game one year. Matter of fact, we didn't even get scored on. I don't think we lost the whole time I played. So that victorious mindset stuck with us all the way. When I say us, I mean us as in Coach Anthony Chambers. Coach Chambers played with me. Where's Coach at? Oh, Chambers right there. I want to tell a story about Chambers and Ricky Williams. They will always be part of my life. Till the day that I quit talking about football, they'll always be a part of my life because I had the speed, I had the athleticism. I mean, I was strong. I had all those attributes, but the problem was my mother would tell you I was a bit lazy. True. Did somebody say true? Coach Ed said true. And so it took two guys, Ricky Williams and Anthony Chambers, who made me get up every day to go run or to do push-ups. And all of a sudden, I started getting this workout ethic to go with the size that my body had become. And I always say, even to my kids, hey, look here, you may be better than I am, but you can't outwork me. That came from Anthony Chambers and came from Ricky Williams. Thanks, Coach. Playing with great players, as Coach said, it's phenomenal because Anthony went to play with the University of Arkansas. Ricky went on to play with the University of Arkansas. And we had one other player that was extremely talented in that backfield, and he could run that football. His name was James Rouse. James is right there, University of Arkansas legend. James Rouse. It's great to have teammates that can play and help you go forward. A friend of mine's asked a question. He said, you think they naming that place after you because of what you do at Park or because your athletic ability? And what I said was both. I don't think you can separate the two. And I'm so thankful that I have board of directors and donors and individuals that make me look so good that someone would look at my name and say it belongs on a building. I want all those individuals that are board of directors or donors, and if you worked at Park, stand up so everybody can see, because I invited a lot of you. Stand up so they can give you a hand. I'm so thankful to Coach Bowden. This day does not happen if he doesn't let it happen. I didn't play for him, but I love his dad. His dad was a great coach for many years. They got a legendary family. If you follow sports, you know him. But he called me and he said, we want to name the facility at Parkview, the training facility, after you. And I said, Coach, I said, that's so nice. I said, that's really nice. I said, that is indeed an honor. I said, matter of fact, that's going overboard, Coach. And he stopped me. He said, Keith, stop. Do you realize you're the most decorated player in all of Arkansas as a high school athlete? And I went, yeah, I was pretty good. Put it up there, Coach. But Coach Bowden and myself have a really good friend who decided to make a nice size donation, and we're so thankful to have the same friend at the same time when the opportunity came along. And as Coach Kelly said, and Coach Jolly came up with a check, and he said, you didn't tell me that I needed to make a donation. You should have. And Coach Jolly gave us a check. Coach Jolly, I appreciate that. It's about $3,000 more. Let's not make Coach Kelly have to raise $3,000 more. Coach Bowden said $4,000. I just want you to know I had the conversation. So it's an opportunity to give and see my name up there. We may be able to paint it every other year. It is truly an honor, and I hope I can make it through this. It is truly an honor to be named, to have my name on this campus with such great as Coach Al Flanagan. What a great name. I think I see Coach back there sitting in the back. Coach Al Flanagan, all the championships he won out there in Rip Arena. I mean, he put us on the mat, and year after year as Parkview Patriots, we got to travel around the state and say, wait till basketball season. And now we got Coach Bolden. We don't have to say that no more, so Coach Sam Goodwin. We can just say football season, we're going to whoop you too. I wish Coach Ripley was here. Coach Charles Ripley, just thinking about it, to have my name in the same campus as a man that I love just like a father is incredible. So you can walk from Rip Arena and walk over to Keith Jackson Training Facility. That to me is awesome. For him to be here today would have been really special. And as we finished this, he'd have pulled me to the side and he would have said in Rip's voice, "You don't need to want us to deserve it. Shoot, you coach because you love it. You play because you love it. You don't deserve your name on nothing. You shouldn't even get paid. Minimum wage is all you should make." Ain't that what he said? But let me tell you something. I'm going to miss Coach Rip. He was so much for so many. He showed you how to be a coach. I love all my coaches, and I thank all you for being here. Today, I want to thank all my extended family and friends. They told me I only had 10 minutes, so I'm stretching it a little bit. I want to thank my extended family and my friends for being here and sharing this honor with me. Somewhere along my life, you touched me so much that I thought that if I could only have 75, you were one of the 75. Whether you're a frat brother of mine of Omega Psi Phi or a former teammate or church member or a park employee or a friend from just being around or a son that I adopted or a daughter I adopted, somewhere along the way, something happened special where you touched me. And I just want you to know that. Thank you all for being here for this dedication. It's so exciting to me and my family. And I know my mother's gonna cook me some food because of this. Maybe not. But thank you so much for being here. I can't say it over and over again. I see past board members. I got a chance to coach here at Parkview, and it was a great opportunity for me to coach both of my sons. I was here for 4 years, so I've been in that facility, and let me tell you, it didn't look like that back in the day. So I thank you, Coach Bolden, once again for dressing it up. I thank you, Coach Kelly, for being an awesome coach and teaching us not only about playing football, but responsibility about life. I thank all the coaches who showed up. Again, I got to say that because coaches are so... That word coach means something to me. It means more than a guy who stands out there and teach your players how to play football. It means more than that because they're pouring into you information. They're giving your kids something that'll get them through. And when times get hard, even today, I hear coaches in my ear. When somebody says it's time to give up, I said, my coach told me never quit. When somebody said just stay down, I say he said always get back up. Those things came from coaches. They didn't come from preachers. They didn't come from family. They came from coaches. When you're behind in life and it seems like you're not winning, don't worry about it. It's a third quarter. It's a fourth quarter, and sometime we push to overtime. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Keith. Congratulations again. I want to tell you, you speak true and good words, and we appreciate you. And we appreciate being able to put your name on this facility here. I'd like to take now the opportunity to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Mike Poore.
Thank you, Mr. Casselberry, and I want to also share my appreciation to having probably Parkview's second champion in this city of Mayor Scott. Everywhere he goes, he starts some stuff with Parkview and calls out those Tigers on a regular basis and says, you know, Patriots. Okay, so he is here, and we so appreciate him being here. This is such a fitting tribute. You know, I know we all got that, and you know, everybody that I know that's tied to Keith Jackson that I've got to talk to over the last 2 weeks, we were genuinely excited about this. I mean, it was like we were looking forward to this like it was the Super Bowl. It's just fitting, and to have him have a recognition that will last, it's perfect. Now, there's a lot of people that I want to thank, and I want to thank, first off, Pam Smith, because this visual and all the things that will be able to be captured happens because of Pam Smith. I want to thank Coach Balding. You know, when I came in, he was the start of us changing the athletic situation around by hiring great coaches. Because just what Keith Jackson just said is if we get enough great coaches, it's going to change the tenor of our district. It's going to create a situation where people want to come back into this district. People want to come and invest. And it started when we hired Brad Boldy. So that is a thank you. And this happened with you. I also want to, we have Principal Casselberry, but we got Principal Rutherford and Principal Burton, and I wanted to share because Marvin's been on that board for Park forever, and Randy's on it now, and Dr. Owa behind here, been a part of the Parkview staff. We appreciate all of them being here. Keith Jackson's exactly right. You got an athletic career that couldn't be more storied, and have more things that we can all hold on to and say, wow, drafted in the first round. Wow. Pro Bowl. Wow. Recognized in the top 85. I mean, there's so many things there. But there's so much more to this man than his athletic career. The very first time that I got a hold of Keith Jackson, he already said, I heard about you already when I made my phone call to him. And he says, how can I help? Before I could even come towards him to say, here's what I need, he's already saying, what can I go do to help you? And he became a part of our athletic think tank, which said, we got to take care of some things on our own, which symbolized behind us of just kind of picking up on our own end with some help from others and making our own situation better. And he became part of that think tank, and that made a huge difference because once he came in, there was a whole bunch of other people because I kept saying, guess who else is going to be on the think tank? Keith Jackson. They go, oh, okay, I'll be there. So that helped us a bunch. Here's something else that's a factor that hasn't been brought up yet today. Do you realize how many millions of dollars have come into this community because of this man? We're talking about an economic engine, not just with Park. Think about the real deal with Bill Ingram and Keith Jackson. The real deal every spring of bringing in basketball players from out this country and how that is an economic factor for this city in terms of money that comes in. And then the next thing is, here's a guy that chose to have his family in Little Rock. His family going to the Little Rock School District. And I don't think any of us should take that as anything more than really exceptional and something that he's honored us with by having his family here, raising them here, and then being a part of it. Of course, his greatest gift is Park. Park is a facility, it's a spirit, it's a deliverable because of Melanie and Keith Jackson, of what they do each and every day to go do something that's going to make a difference for kids. And every time you go to a graduation, it just fills you. It fills you to see where people are, what they become, how they become the best that they hope to be through Park. It's amazing. And so, today, this has been an amazing deal, and we get to now kind of celebrate each other. And one last thing I want to share about Keith Jackson that's a tribute, and happens with Park and everything else, is he is a magnet, isn't he? He's a magnet because what ends up happening when Keith Jackson's involved, others get involved. And that all ends up elevating our city. It elevates what Park's all about, and it has elevated Parkview Magnet. And we're so appreciative. So we get to go break into that building right now, Ms. Jackson, and we're going to have to do that in as graceful ways we can, social distancing. We want everybody to join in, as Mr. Casselberry said, but we're going to head over towards the opening, and we're going to have a ribbon. Is the ribbon right in front of us? Oh, we're going to do the ribbon here. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Keith Jackson Training Facility at Parkview Magnet High School. All right.